So, 2 warm-ups this morning because, again, the review does not have ambiguous case question on it, and it does not have area on it. So, threw a couple of those in for a warm-up today to get us going. So that's kind of a hint on the first one there. But the test it's arranged so that you'll know when you're at the ambiguous case. The directions say something like, for the next 3 problems, the one with 2 answers is worth 12 points, the one with 1 answer is worth 8, and the one with no answers is worth 6, or whatever it is. So you'll know that you're in the ambiguous case, and that'll be your hint to be on your toes, because some triangles there's only 1, and some there's 2, and some there's none. And so for this example 1, it is ambiguous case, which means who knows how many triangles there are. So I'm going to press pause here, and you see if you can take that one start to finish. Andrew, I'll go ahead and answer your question because it was a good one. When you use law of sines to find the angle, so the calculator, inverse sine of whatever, gives you an answer. How do you find the other angle? That was your question to me, but now I'm asking of you. So somebody answer that question. Once the calculator tells you an answer for an angle, how do you get the other one? It's 180 minus the one that the calculator tells you. And then you kind of work with that and see if it works or not. So give number 1 a go. It is ambiguous case, so just be on your toes while you're doing it. Number 2 is, I don't think, difficult. A decagon is a 10-sided figure, if you needed to be reminded of that. So number 1. You don't have to draw a picture, but I think I would. I also realized I didn't tell you the other side name, but most of you went with B because that would seem to make the most sense. So angle A is 30, side A is 8, side C is 10. So this is law of sines because I have an angle side pair, the A's, but it's the ambiguous case for one of 2 reasons. One is I'll be looking for an angle. If you're using law of sines to find an angle, that's the ambiguous case. The other way you know it's ambiguous case is because what we have is, the information we have is angle side side. So this is the one that's a pain in the angle side side to deal with. Again, on the test, there's 3 of them. They're by the directions you'll know when you're in that section. And the 3 cases are 2 triangles, 1 triangle, or no triangles. And there's 1 of each on the test. And it basically says that on the test. So you'll know when you're in that section. You'll know to be careful. You'll know to be looking out for it. I just hope you remember how to find all the stuff. But there'll only be 1 where there's 2 triangles. So yes, it takes a while, but there's only 1. So 30 and 8. So sine of 30 over 8 equals sine of C over 10. Cross multiply. 10 sine 30 equals 8 sine C. Divide by 8 to get rid of the 8. So sine of C is equal to 10 sine 30 divided by 8. And then to go backwards, we do inverse sine. Now when you hit inverse sine, that's when your brain needs to start sending off alarm bells that, okay, my calculator is going to give me an answer, but there's another answer to this problem. So yeah, inverse sine of 0.625 is 38.682. And that's not wrong, it's just there's another answer, which is 180 minus whatever the calculator told me. So my other possibility for angle C, so now I'm going to split them up and call them C1 and C2, is 141.318. Right, angle B would be 180 minus the other 2. So 180 minus, this is where having a calculator is nice because you can just go up and grab angle C minus 30. So angle B, the first option, is 111.318. Angle B, the second option, it's still the same process, just with different numbers. So 180 minus A minus C, although we're using a different C this time. So 180 minus 30 minus, still go get that other C, 141, is 8 point something. That's a really small angle, but it works. And this is the spot right in here where you'd realize, or you'd discover, if it really is only one triangle. If you get an angle B that's negative, that doesn't work, that's when you would throw this side out and say, well, there's only one. But this one works, so there's two triangles to deal with. And that means, let's see, all that's left is side B. So sine of angle B over side B equals, I could use A or C, but A would be the easier stuff because it's the given stuff, equals sine 30 over 8. A little squished for space here, so I'll do the algebra and calculator all at the same time. So 8 sine 111 divided by sine of 30, 14.905. And then again, same process for the other B. Different numbers though. And again, I'll do the work in the calculator, let the calculator do all the work. So that one's smaller, but it was across from a really small angle. So that's as bad as it gets for the type of problem tomorrow, but there will be one of those on there. The law of sines, ambiguous case, you might have two triangles. If you're trying to make sense of it, and you don't have to, but here's what it would look like. So you could have an 8 length like that, but you could also have an 8 length like that. So there's the two ways to draw that triangle that have an angle side side of 30 degrees, 10, and 8. Again, you don't have to draw it, but for some people, seeing it helps them make sense of the fact that there's two triangles there. Number 2, find the area of a decagon, 10-sided figure, inscribed in a circle of radius 10. Well, we've done a couple of these, so I'm not going to do the whole thing. I just know that it means there'd be 10 triangles in there. Sorry, radius is 7, but 10 triangles. So I'd like to find the area of one triangle, multiply it by 10, that give me the whole triangle, or the whole decagon. I guess the real trick is, what's that angle equal to?
36.
How'd you get 36?
360
360 divided by however many triangles there are. So 36. So one triangle has an inside angle there of 36. So the area is 1/2 times 7 times 7 times sine of 36. Just be careful because that's one of the triangles. So I don't know how you want to phrase that, but at some point you need the full area, which is 10 triangles. So 144, that's just kind of weird, it came out almost even. 144.007 centimeters squared. Careful of units. So between the review and this warm-up, pretty good coverage of what's on the test.